So I ended up seeing this, and I'm like, maybe I would, I want to do one of these. I think it would be very fun. I think it would be very cool to do um, a review in that same manner.
So that's it for the tag video, huh? Okay. Side subject, bonus subject. I don't know, man. I don't know if I should really talk about the Irate Gamer thing. How long has this been going on for? 18 minutes? I'm gonna edit it down. We'll edit it down. I'm gonna edit it down. I mean, I don't know if I should even call him the Irate Gamer anymore, because since his last season, he's not doing it no more, and I think he's retired or called it quits. I kind of hope he comes back now that he's come out and done the right thing, I guess. But basically, anyway, Archfiend made a video, and it supposedly made him say, "Oh, I need a cigarette. I want to talk about this shit." All right, we're back. Oh shit, I need a lighter. There we go. So, I don't know, man. I think this was a long fucking time coming. I don't even know where to start. I guess I could start with my perspective on the whole thing, period. I mean, I loved how in the video he talks about the pecking order, too. That was a really good perspective. Because that was true. I remember that. And he brought up some names, like, Jedi. Like, I remember that fucking name, dude. I used to watch his shit. I forget what he was like. But yeah, I remember Jedi. But, I definitely remember the more angrier dudes. Armake, man, I watched all his shit back in the day. Dudes he didn't even mention, probably for good reason. Guys like, Leisure Suit Gamer, or Leisure Suit Larry, whatever the fuck his name was. Silent Rob, I'm sorry. I don't even think his original channel is up anymore, but, he's still around here and there. But all those guys, man, so many. So, just hearing him finally come out on this was kind of like a big, holy shit, has it been 8 years? Time flies type of moment. And even just looking at his face now, compared, the motherfucker's 8 years isn't short. So I think we've grown up quite a bit since the old days of gaming. Growing up, I had my own YouTube channel, and it was not gaming based, but I was a fan of gamers. And I was fucking popular as fuck on that channel, I'll tell you right now. But everybody was, because, I mean, nobody was doing this shit. It was complicated. You had to, like, trial and error stuff, If your video was on longer than 10 minutes, you had to, like, make it 100 megabytes. And there was all this, you know what I mean? Or you could do a short video with higher quality, but it had to be under 100 megabytes and blah, blah, blah. But I won't get into that. But I had a pretty popular channel, so I know what that was like, You didn't have to have... You could just get views just for putting something out, because there wasn't, a ton of shit to watch. It wasn't flooded. And there was no mainstream corporation bullshit going on. So, which is fine, But, going back to those days. But, so yeah, I was a fan of AVGN and other reviewers. And he came on the scene, and at first I was totally cool with him. I actually talked to Chris a few times back in the day, like, what software do you use, and, I like what you're doing, you like the AVGN, but, I'll watch you in between his episodes, is basically what he told him. What I actually literally told him, and he wrote back, and he was nice and shit. So that was all good. I didn't really jump on the hate bandwagon, even though it was kind of there from other people, until he started copying James verbatim.
What a shitload of fuck!
I think the first one was he said a shitload of fuck. Maybe it was a slip up. No big deal. But by the time Team Man T came out, it was like, dude, are you not going to address this fact that you are blatantly ripping him off like that? I mean, I'm all good with copycats, All For One, Boys to Men, Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, Mega Man 1, and Legend of Sherazade, or whatever the fuck that damn game's called. And I'm all good with little clones, Clones is all it's all about. It's how you make the money. X-Men 1, you got the X-Men 2, you got the Forrest Gumps, and you got the Forrest Humps, you know what I'm saying? But it was like, dude, you gotta say, like, I didn't know about this whole letter thing. I could briefly remember it, but I don't remember it being such a big deal. And I didn't know it hurt his feelings so bad, which it probably did. I'm not gonna even call him out on any of the things he said in this video, whether they're true or not, because I generally think he was giving his side of the story. And I was really impressed that he did takes without doing a bunch of jump cuts. I mean, he did a fucking half-hour video there, and he just let it out, Whether it's, came out right or not, I'm not even going to go there, because you gotta respect the guy for coming out on camera and doing the hard thing and getting personal and whatever. I digress. Fancy word. Fancy word. So it was the TMNT video where I was like, fuck this guy, man. Cause, I mean, he had to address all he had to do was acknowledge James, and I would have given him some credit. But, you know, he obviously had his own reason for doing that shit. Anyway, so from there on out, yeah, I hated the guy, thumbs down his shit. I fucking, you know what I mean? Cause, it ended up being a war, like, I thought for sure after that TMNT video, no one was gonna like him, but that wasn't the case. He had his own followers, he had his own fans that were like, fuck AVGN, and it started a little, you know, little stupid bicker. I still watch his shit, and it's like, oh man, you know, the guy was a hack, man. You know, I'm not talking about him personally anymore, but I'm saying, you know, the guy was a fucking hack, man. He says in his videos he didn't come up with the idea himself, which is fine, but he just came out and ripped it off. So in my mind, he wasn't even a gamer before he was doing these videos. I think he bought a Nintendo to do these videos, so he wasn't a gamer, you know. And it's pretty obvious. I mean, if he was a gamer, I don't think Contra 3 would be an issue with the difficulty too bad, or you know what I mean. I like Hubert, you know. TMNT, the graphics suck. Yeah, they fucking suck. It's TMNT 2. I like that goddamn game.
This game sucks. It's boring and it's stupid.
You know, like it was really real juvenile. His shit was not funny, you know. But he had the best production value next to AVGN. Sometimes even better than him at the time, but that's all he had, that's all he was. And there was a little war going on. What's the fucking point of this? I don't fucking know. The point is, though, 8 years over, yeah, this shit should be way over and long gone. I think AVGN is stale now, too. I mean, I know the movie just came out. People argue, you know, whatever, but I mean, as far as I'm concerned, he can retire or do Christmas specials or fucking Halloween, you know what I mean? Like, back off a little bit because it's getting a little weird. I'm an original James fan. I have a little bit of history with the guy. I have nothing against James personally. Mike's a little douchey. I think I commented on someone's video the other day, but that guy's, you know, I mean, sometimes he's got a vagina up his ass or something. I mean, he might have a vagina. Like, between you and me, if there was one guy I'd like to feed a bunch of asses and drop in the middle of the forest somewhere by himself, it'd probably be Mike Matei. But, so sometimes I think, you know, whatever. They're kind of like married, basically, so you gotta take one with the other. But, yeah, I think Mike Matei definitely has kind of a Yoko Ono factor about him. But, you know, all good. I don't, you know, I like Yoko Ono, so she's alright. I like the cut of her jib sometimes. Her eccentrics. But both camps, to me, need to, like, chill the fuck out. Because I don't even think that original hardcore OG AVGN fans that, like, I am, I mean, I'll just come out and say it. I mean, I fucking supported the guy way back in the day and pretty much wished him all the success he's getting now, you know. So I don't wish any ill will against James, but it seems like his original fan base are now pushing their 30s. This whole community needs to grow the fuck up, actually. I mean, Happy Gamer guy, he's 40. We got gamers that are, I got pickup videos from guys who are like in their 60s and 70s doing pickup videos and still gaming. You know, they're from the old arcade Atari era. It's not like it was in 2006 where it was all new ground and we were all 16 to, you know, 20-year-olds, let's say, kind of demographic. But James's demographic still seems to be that 16. I'm gonna go younger. I'm gonna say 12-year-olds watch this shit. 12 to like 22 is probably like his hardcore fan, you know, hardcore group of fans still. So his original fans, like me and stuff, we're a little older now, and hopefully we're a little better than that, because they're still leaving fucking comments on shit that I probably would have wrote in 2008. Today in 2014, and fuck, it's gonna be 2015 tomorrow, so whatever. So, you know, 8, 9, 10 years later, whatever the fuck it's been, you're still reading the same old shit. Like, listen, like, I make fucking videos now. I'm an original fucking fan of his, you know, it's all good. But like, oh, you say AVGN stuff, you talk like AVGN, blah, blah, blah. Well, thanks for fucking the constructive criticism. Or look at this guy's video, fucking my homie Jason or something. It's like, you obviously take inspiration from AVGN, but you're so forced, blah, blah, blah. It's like, why is it AVGN, AVGN? Look at this fucking Game Sack. They just came out with a fucking goddamn video, and the guy's like, James says he doesn't like Star Wars. Yeah, that's nice. Dave kind of likes Star Wars, you know. He's got his own fucking opinion. Okay, so it's like, I'm kind of, so I mean, to us it's kind of like, you know, we're fans of James, but his fans are like writing this stupid shit on more intelligent based shows, because let's face it, Game Sack is a very more intelligent show. I don't know, I lack of a better term or whatever. Because the gaming community has grown away from, you know, what James did, and it's grown to, you know, we got Jontrons, if you're into them. Let's just name clans here: Hidden Blocks, Normal Boots, fucking all these other guys. You got the Theorists, you got, you know, whatever, all these camps. You got my little group, not worth mentioning right now, my little fruity little club called Multi-Tapped. But, you know, we're hanging out, we're doing our thing. But, the point being is like, you see these comments from AVGN fans, and as an AVGN fan, you kind of got to be like, what the fuck? So, I guess, you know, I see it like, we're getting turned off from him too, because we don't relate to his, you know what I mean? It's like the fans don't get along anymore. It's like you get the old school fans and these new school fans, and these guys are all douchebag, idiot, 16-year-old kids that don't know fucking shit. They fucking, you know, their parents probably didn't even fucking come anywhere close to a video game. Literally, like, you know, I got fucking video games with splooges on them, because, you know, my games used to just be all over the room, and you start jacking it and it gets all over the place. You know, you don't ever know where your DNA is gonna get out. But I mean, these kids, they're lucky if a Dreamcast was in their baby lifetime, you know. So now they come around, watch AVGN and play Nintendo games. And now they're going to go around talking on other people's videos about shit they don't know about. And AVGN said this, AVGN that, blah, 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 blah. It's getting a little ridiculous. It's getting a little fucking embarrassing. And it's just like, something's going to come to a head where it's like, I don't know. I think, you know, so I mean, at the end of the day, I'm glad Chris came out with this, but might be a little too late, but it was great to hear his side of the story. It was good to see what he looks like without being a terrible character, or whatever Irate Gamer is. And he doesn't seem like that bad a guy, you know. He doesn't seem like a bad guy at all, really. He's a fellow human being just like you and I. And yeah, it's time to stop hating on him for the AVGN thing, because it's just so fucking old school, old news, and it's retarded, and it's immature. And I personally, you know, I wrote him a couple messages saying, you know, I'm glad he came out with a video, and I'm fucking sorry to the guy, because, dude, at one point, if I had seen him on the street, I probably would have, if I was, like, driving down the street and I saw him, I'd roll down the window and say, fuck you, faggot, I hate you, or something, you know what I mean? I'd yell out the window. Or if I was walking out of a pizza place and I bumped into that guy, I'd probably spit right in his face. That's how much, like, hatred I had to the guy, and it was like, it's kind of embarrassing now, you know. It's, on paper, what's the fucking point? The guy reviewed fucking video games and he ripped someone off. It's not that big a deal, but it's like, dude, that guy was getting hate. Like, I mean, celebrities don't even get this amount of hate, I don't think. I mean, this is like some Justin Bieber, whoever beat their wife last week, NFL, whatever, like, craziness that was brought upon this guy for years, and it still is. And it's, yeah, it's kind of like, let it go. And I gotta give him props for staying positive through the whole thing, because I think most people would have turned to drugs or alcohol or fucking suicide or pills or depression, like, because when you have that much hate in the world directed in your general direction, I mean, I don't care how thick your skin is, you're gonna fucking, it's gotta take a toll on you, you know. I mean, I'm sure Irate or Chris Boers cried. He's cried a lot, I'm sure, which is fine. And, you know, maybe his faith got him through it or whatever. But, you know what I mean, though? So, I mean, it's like, leave the fucking guy alone. Leave Brittany alone. Like, you know, leave Irate Gamer alone. And at this point, he's pretty much retired anyway, so whatever. I'd like to see him come back with Irate Gamer. And I think, you know, from here on out, I have a whole new perspective on the guy. I'm not gonna say I like his shit or not ever, but, you know, let it ride, man. It's fucking done and done with. And if anything, James, you know, he probably won't say anything, but I think he should come out and say something too, because it's a really stupid war. There's so much more shit to be dealing about. It's such a waste of fucking time. And it's really time to grow up as a community. And if you don't want to grow up, you keep doing what you're doing and stay with your fucking little community. But stay the fuck out of ours, because we don't want to hear your fucking little crybaby nonsense anymore. At least that's my take on it. You know, we're just trying to entertain people, have fun, play some childhood games, and that's it. You know, it should be a positive thing. Someone does something stupid, you want to call them out, fine, you know, but there's no point in going to war over this shit. And I gotta commemorate Chris for just coming out and saying what he maybe should have said sooner, but you know, whatever. You know, it takes a lot of guts. It's like a fucking alcoholic apologizing for all his shit that he fucked up for, you know, and truly meaning it, you know. I think the guy was genuine in everything he said in that video, so I gotta give him props. I'm repeating myself, I'm rambling. Yeah, I'm still kind of shocked that came out. It was like, what? Kind of out of the blue. I mean, the guy's a staple at this point, YouTube vet. I mean, 10 years down the line, he's still around, so whatever. At the end of the day, if this ever happens again with whoever, it's like, you know, just don't watch the fucking guy. Find something else. Do something more constructive with your time, you know? You gotta do something more constructive with your time. I mean, that's really the end of it. But I'm glad James is still around. I hope he keeps doing what he's doing if he wants to. Again, if he wants to retire for a bit or take a break, I'm not gonna lose any sleep over it. I doubt that will happen. I mean, yeah, there's other guys you can check out that are doing reviews, modern reviews. Everything's open now. There's guys who have surpassed James and still his own style, still doing that style, you know. A lot of entertaining guys. I personally like, I'm going on a sidetrack here, but I mean, I personally miss the good old days, and actually my videos are very inspired by 2006, 2008 style reviews. I don't know if you can see that in them, and I might branch out to more modern stuff, but I like the way they used to be done. In fact, if you look at a lot of videos, before Irate Gamer and AVGN, you were lucky to get a voiceover and a let's play. Maybe a screen, sometimes a camera pointed at the screen, and that was it. You were lucky to get that as far as production value. Maybe some text. No mixing, no nothing, no nothing, man. That was what you got, and these people were popular. The R-Makes and you know, these cats. But that's all I had. So actually, you know, Irate and AVGN did, you know, up the game as far as that goes. But nowadays, even their shit doesn't look so hot anymore with the, you know, with the stuff going on here. But anyway, I'm very inspired by the old school stuff, and that's kind of my reviews kind of are still like that. Actually, I don't really talk about that too much. That'd be another video to really tell you where I'm coming from and what I do. So I'm not gonna go there now. But you know, I came from that era. I lived through. I saw, you know, the whole thing grow and collapse and YouTube change and evolve and all that stuff. So it was shocking to see him come out and do that. It was like, holy shit, that all that shit just flew by in a minute now. I think there's a lot of closure to that video he made. So give him props, don't hate. I think I got off track. Now I'm gonna have to try to edit all this shit down to make sense. How long we got here? 21 minutes. This is like an hour-long video. Alright, so that's pretty much it. If you watch this whole thing, you're weird, you're crazy. And thanks for watching. I hope you have a good day. Don't be a hater. Say something nice for once to somebody. You ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. I don't thumb up videos, but I don't thumb them down. How about that, you know? Thumb up your ass. Thumb down, nah. Just let it ride. And this guy's a fucking asshole like me, you might want to say. You know, hey, you might want to cut that asshole shit out. People don't like assholes. You gotta be more like the AVGN. He's the guy you wanna be. Gotta get a cool boyfriend and married, have babies now. Going, AVGN, AVGN. Stop watching AVGN. Go watch some AVN. Adult Video
I came back to my senses and I punched her in her cunt.
Network.
It was an uppercut.
Titties and beer. Ain't no point in fighting over these things. It's fun. It's fun. It's not fun. Sometimes it's not fun, but play something else. Have a good day. Third level, you're at a mall shooting skater kids on accident. And it's a very, very hard game. I remember playing it and having a friend on controller too. The actual controller, and pressing start to pause so I could put the fucking gun right up to the screen. There the motherfucker is. Unpause, click, 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 pause. You know, finding where they are. Because it's really hard to distinguish terrorists from humans in it. And that's a cool game. I would really like to see you do a Zapper video. I've told you this a lot of times through MySpace, but thank God you have a good head on your shoulders, and Mike Matei handles a lot of the mail for you.